let's go ahead and get into what's going on the blogs, girl. I don't understand why Monique could not leave well enough alone. I don't know why she thought it was pertinent to continue to use her son, who obviously has a strained relationship with her, as content. Um, I actually feel like this just shows how much of an ancient mama you are. And the reason why I say that is because you don't have to continue to make sacrifices for your children when you become adults in the same manner that you do when they're children. But this was a simple request that if you were really trying to be funny, you could have wrote around this in a way that did not hurt, harm, or continue to weaken the already broken relationship between you and your son, Shallon. But as we all know, if you're not Monique's pimp daddy, she don't really see it for you. I don't know what her relationship is like with the other two boys, but we do know that the one she adopted, she didn't, let that one go on. She ain't got no relationship with him. We know her daddy and her brother, the first men in her life, treated her like shit. Her brother molested her, and her father didn't do shit about it. So the first men in Monique's life have been adversaries, snakes. Okay? A girl child ain't safe in a handful of men, in a house full of men. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. And I think what that has built inside of her is someone who has internalized misogynoir. Okay. So you've internalized how these people feel about you. And as much as you want to act like you've broken those shackles and, done what you needed to do to prove that you're that girl and you're worthy, you still repeat these same traumatic cycles in your mind and in your mentality and the way you act out. And the way you act out shows me that if a man can't control you like a pimp, you don't see it for him. You can't care about his feelings and you can't show him any respect. And I feel like that is truly your downfall. Pretending as if Sydney has healed you from anything. When we know no man and no one outside of yourself can truly heal you, you have to heal yourself, because the true sign of being healed is changed behavior, healthier ways of being. If you're continuing to act out in this toxic manner, you haven't learned anything from any of this shit. Your relationship with your son is not your relationship with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey and Lee Daniels. And the fact that you feel the need to handle this situation as if you are handling other celebrities instead of looking at this young man as your kid, as your son, as somebody that shared your body that you should have some reverence for, even if he is a spoiled brat, there should be some level of respect to keep him out of your comedy, since when it comes to Sydney, the other nigga in your life, you seem to understand exactly what is called for, the amount of respect that is needed. Because you basically proverbially suck this man's dick every time you talk about him, which is why we find y'all relationship so disgusting, because we don't need to see that, real or otherwise. So you know how to show somebody reverence if you love them, because you do it with Sydney, but you can't do it with your son. Lord, ain't shit mamas be ain't shit mama-ing, y'all.
Apologize if I've done something wrong, but I ain't no bitch that's gonna back up from a motherfucking problem. I'm gonna walk straight to that motherfucker and I'm gonna deal with that shit. So today I'm coming through the airport in North New Jersey. It's the realest niggas I've ever met from North New Jersey. I'm coming through that motherfucking airport and I done just seen this motherfucking TikTok of my goddamn son. Had I known that nigga was gonna do a TikTok the day I brought him home, I'm gonna let y'all take that one.
You wouldn't have brought him home? You would have aborted him? What, bitch? What fucked up thing was you gonna say about possibly never having your son, regretting having him? What were you gonna say? Go ahead. You might as well tell a joke.
And when you see your child that you fuck for,
That was funny.
I fucked for that nigga, not another bitch. It was me. And you see your motherfucking child go on a goddamn internet and tell people all the fuck that you're not.
Oh, fuck that
and you
little
just supposed
nigga,
to take that shit in stride. And
First of all, you started it. He responded to you. You talked about him first.
I'm taking that shit on your in stride. And I'm walking through the motherfucking North Airport, and this elderly woman comes up to me. She said, Monique. I said, ma'am. Because I'm a respectful bitch, baby. I'm a respect this bitch.
Yes, everybody but your child. Everybody gets respect. Strangers get respect. Child don't get respect. And y'all, I'm not talking about respect where you don't curse your child out if they didn't piss you. I'm talking about not embarrassing them on this public stage like this. This is what I mean.
She said, let me talk to you for a minute. So I had prepared myself for this old woman to tell me how fucked up I was. I prepared myself to be respectful, but to check a bitch if I had to. I prepared myself to listen. She said, listen. My grandbaby called me and told me to watch this goddamn TikTok of your son. And I watched that shit. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, I want to tell you something. I said, ma'am. She said, fuck that nigga. I said, oh, bitch, fuck that nigga. And when the elderly people tell you, fuck that nigga, you ain't fuck that nigga.
Yeah. Of course, elderly people are going to come to you with fucked up advice. Just like you came to us with fucked up advice on staying with men, no matter how they mistreat us. No matter if we are unhappy or not, stay with a nigga. All he had to do was put a battery in your back.
She said, you've been taking care of that nigga all his motherfucking life. She said, Monique, I'm 80 years old, and I got a son 60 years old. And every time that nigga don't get what he want, he still tell me how fucked up I was when he was 10 years old. Fuck that nigga.
And that part right there, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of agree with. Not the fuck that nigga part, but the part where you can take care of your son his whole fucking life and he don't get what he want from you, or y'all get into it and now you just been ain't shit mama this whole time. I do know people who do that. I do know people who parents really do care, and nobody's perfect, but they will hold their parents hostage with things that have happened over the years, no matter if they've apologized for it and been accountable for it or not. So I do understand where she's coming from to some extent. But again, I go back to you bringing this shit to the public. You, again, I feel like not taking the high ground like a parent should and keeping that shit in house.
Fuck them kids, bitch. Word.
Everybody says fuck those kids. I say fuck those kids. I can't be that mad at her for saying fuck those kids. I just can't. But yeah, y'all. Monique continues to prove to us that she ain't shit mama. Okay. What y'all say she lying about? Still reinforcing his mentality of feeling unwanted. That feeling is really detrimental to all relationships you enter into. I know. Child, I understand. And I definitely feel like that man is why their relationship is sour now. I don't think so. I don't think it's Sydney's fault. I think it's Monique's fault. Like I said at the beginning, I feel like Monique does not trust and has a lot of venom for men because of what happened with her father and her brother. Sydney is a man outside of her familial relationships. Sydney was a man she went to school with. This is somebody outside of the household, right? So I feel like there's a level of I don't give a fuck about her kid, because not only is he a representation of her brother and her father because they have the same DNA, but also he's a representation of who Monique was before Sydney raised her up from the 15-year-old that she was. I feel like it's more about her than it is about Sydney. I think it's more to it that they're not talking about. Of course not. Of course. Monique never wanted children. Can't convince me otherwise. A lot of women don't want children. And, we don't live in a society where that is an easy option. You know what I'm saying? Women are sometimes, very careless and reckless. They don't get birth control. They don't have protected sex. They just decide they're gonna give up coochie and then they gonna have the baby and struggle through it. You get the baby, you find out you don't want to be a mother. Now what you gonna do? You can't get a motherfucker back. So now you resentfully raise them. Made up experience to get that out. That definitely felt like a made up experience to get that fuck my son out. I'm friends with Monique's sister Millicent, and I know how she used to ask Monique to go to therapy often. Millicent is an advocate for therapy because her past trauma and drug addiction. Yeah, of course. But what's she gonna say? Wrong road, Monique. Yeah, that old lady got you. No, Monique put Sydney in the current position. She is the author of how that relationship moves. I think so too. When she even said it herself, that she moved from the head of the table to the side, and I was like, why? This nigga wasn't paying no more bills. Fuck you moving your position at the table for? Y'all gotta stick with y'all own rules. Cause that head of the household shit was because the men was making money. Now y'all done turned it into a situation where just cause a nigga got a dick, he's sitting at the head of a table. I'm tired of Monique. Sometimes women have children because they think that's what we are supposed to do. I agree. Yes, I feel like she's lying about the old lady in the airport. She probably is. But I mean, I would not listen. It could be real simply because old people love giving you, giving you giving you advice and imparting their wisdom. Ain't nobody asked them for on you. Okay, let's move on, you guys. Let's discuss Kelly Rowland. So it's always racial. It's racial. It's racial. It's racial. Okay. As I said, white people always want black people to just be grateful for being invited to the party. Bethany Frankel slams Kelly Rowland for diva expectations after singer walked off the Today Show set over dressing room issues. Now, from what I understand, I'm going to read this. But from what I understand, she was used to being in a certain dressing room. She had discussed that she would be in that dressing room. And because Jennifer Lopez was there, she was not put in the dressing room she's normally put in. And it may seem as if, y'all feel like J-Lo is a bigger star than Kelly Rowland. Like Kelly Rowland is a fucking reality star or something like that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, Pam. If you would not treat Beyonce like that, if y'all would not look at Beyonce and expect her to just take any old thing, please understand that Kelly Rowland should not be expected to take any old thing either. Please understand that. Anyway, let me read this. In a sense, deleted TikTok. I know you deleted it because they probably ate your ass up, white lady. Bethany Frankel slammed Kelly Rowland for having diva expectations after the singer walked off the set of the Today Show due to dressing room issues. As we previously shared, Page Six reported that Kelly Rowland abruptly walked off the set because of issues she faced with her lackluster green room. She reportedly was promised one thing and experienced another. On Thursday morning, the R&B singer and actress was scheduled as a guest on the 8 a.m. hour of Today, where she promoted her Tyler Perry-produced Netflix film, Mea Culpa, in which she stars and is also a producer. Roland was then expected to fill in as a guest host for Jenna Bush Hager in the fourth hour for her segment with Hoda Kotb. Today, with Hoda and Jenny. However, before filling in as a guest host, Roland suddenly dropped out and walked off the set because her dressing room wasn't up to par, per Page Six. The outlet reported that a larger dressing room on the floor above was occupied by singer and actress Jennifer Lopez, who arrived at the studio ahead of Roland to promote her new album, This Is Me Now, an accompanying visual album, This Is Me Now. Y'all, it actually is visually very beautiful, but it's corny. I've watched some of it, not all of it. It was enjoyable, but corny. After Roland's abrupt exit, Kotb was left scrambling to find a last-minute replacement, which ended up being singer Rita Ora, who reportedly happily volunteered to host and occupy a dressing room similar to the one briefly used by Roland. Of course she did. Rita Ora ain't Kelly Rowland. Meanwhile, it's reported that the dressing rooms at Today are known to be some of the smallest in the TV industry and often jokingly referred to as glorified closets. Girl, get your mouth right. While reacting with the rest of the internet, former Real Housewives of New York City star Bethany Frankel confirmed that the dressing rooms and makeup areas at Today are completely communal, but she still slammed Roland's diva expectation, saying she should be honored to just be present and hosting. Yes, because as a Black woman, she should just be grateful that she was invited. Bump the fact that Kelly Rowland is a Grammy Award winning vocalist who has been in the industry since the 90s. She is of the highest, prestigious of the Grammy Award winning artists. Like Kelly Rowland ain't nobody to sneeze at. And I really feel like because she is a dark-skinned Black woman who you viewed as backup to light-skinned Beyonce, you feel like that lady was just supposed to take any old thing as if she has not been doing this for years. It's not the first time she was at the Today Show. White people's expectations of Black people to just be happy to be somewhere is really offensive. And I would really like for you guys to just shut the fuck up. If a Black person is complaining about where they are and they've decided to just leave, let them have that. It's not up to you to decide what is up to par for someone else. How dare you? How dare you? The entitlement of you to think that you can tell Kelly Rowland what she should accept. Girl, what? Who are you? We wouldn't even know you if it wasn't for Bravo. Bitch, you're a Bravo celebrity. That's not the same thing as Destiny's Child Kelly Rowland, baby. That's not the same thing. But see, this illusion of white supremacy really got y'all heads in a scramble. Because you can't recognize when you're not even on somebody's same level for you to be commenting about what they should accept. Shout out to all the people that defended her. Latavia said, would they tell Taylor to just deal with it? Would they tell Blake Lively to deal with it? Would they tell Julia Roberts to deal with it? Nope. We have to stop allowing others to tell what we can and can't deal with in this industry. I know I'm not out there like the rest of the girls, but I know for a fact that as an artist, you expect your environment to be what you request. That's why we have writers. And I know Kelly gave them people a writer before stepping foot into that building. I know that's right, Latavia. Girl, you ain't got to be in the industry like everybody else to defend your friend. Okay. Lonnie Love said, problem seems that Today booked both J-Lo and Kelly for the first hour and fourth hour. Difference is Kelly was co-hosting in the fourth hour and J-Lo was a guest on the fourth hour. So Kelly should have gotten the larger dressing room. She was doing the entire show versus a segment that J-Lo was doing. Also, Rita Ora was already scheduled to be on the fourth hour. So it was not a scramble to find a replacement. She was already, she was already there. Yes, it was a surprise to be asked late, but they had backups. Marlon Wayne says, y'all stop with these false narratives. I've worked with Kelly Rowland as a star producer. I will honestly say she was nothing short of amazing, sweet, kind, professional, on time, great energy, impeccable manners, and professionalism. She was nice to everyone on set, not one diva moment. Shit happens in Hollywood. Get both sides before you castrate any more legends. Love this woman. Y'all stop this BS. This woman was nothing short of a humble, loving queen, period. I appreciate Marlon coming to her defense, but I'm really needing him to stop with the get both sides before you castrate any more legends. I don't really like that one. I don't really like that one. I don't really like it. I'm sorry. I don't, because I feel like it speaks to y'all always wanting to give people, all of these, benefit of the doubt moments. I eat Chris Brown. But anyway, child, let's move on. We have more things to discuss. Let's move on next to girl, the dun dun dun. Simon Guobadia, if that is his real name. It's all starting to make sense, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I don't think I recognize how many people are weirdly obsessed with Porsha. Like unhealthy allegiance to fucking losers type vibe. And the only reason I don't think Porsha's a loser, you guys, please don't misunderstand me. But when I say that, I mean, she is just another woman. She is just another beautiful woman that is using her pretty privilege and her thick ass to get herself ahead in the entertainment industry via reality TV. Why are y'all in the comments fighting the fucking air? Because we are pointing out that Simon is a scammer. It is documented. And we would not be talking about it if it were not for the fact that he was denied residency. While his wife, allegedly, we don't know whether that's real, valid, or anything, his wife is rejoining Real Housewives of Atlanta in the upcoming season. You think we're not going to talk about Simon Guobadia being denied entry into the U.S. for scamming people and pretending to be a whole nother person? Like, I don't even know if this is who he is, if that's his real name. But it is so bothersome to me that y'all have allowed filler and Instagram posts to cloud your judgment. Y'all are always on the fucking internet trying to argue with me about Simon and Porsha. It doesn't matter what y'all say. Simon and Porsha are snaky ass people. Now they can be happy and snaky together. I'm not mad about it. Okay? I don't care. But we're going to call it for what it is. You was smiling in that girl face and fucking her husband. You was. You was going to Costa Rica, spending month-long vacations with that lady husband while she was back at the house fucking Jalen. Yeah, that's what was going on. Yeah, absolutely. That's still not copacetic. But we'll let you slide on that. Then you leave Real Housewives of Atlanta. Really, I feel like you punked out and didn't want to deal with everybody asking you questions and trying to hold you accountable for this shit show of a situation. Getting engaged to this man before he was even fully divorced, all of that shit. Because y'all love to read people for whatever they got going on in their life on reality shows. That's why we're here. Okay? Porsha tried to escape accountability. She came out with that book. I read most of it and then was like, I can't do this no more. And this is when I understand the psyche that Porsha is lazy and delusional and wants to be saved. And it is a huge pick-me-sha because it is absolutely a come and save me. And what I keep trying to tell y'all, because all y'all love women that live into this bullshit, that they can just find a Prince Charming and he'll come in and be their benefactor and take care of them forever. That's what y'all want to believe. That's why y'all love Porsha so much, because you think that you can go and fuck on somebody else's husband and you gonna get a millionaire and now your life gonna be great from here on out. That's not how any of this fucking works. That's not how any of this works. You gonna pay on the front end or you gonna pay on the back end, but bitch, you gonna pay. It was weird for Porsha to get with a Nigerian man who we can't really confirm what his businesses are. We just know he owns a lot of property that he sells and buys. That's all we really knew. We ain't really know nothing else about what type of business that Simon was in. Shout out to Tisa Tales. She did exposés on them years ago when they first decided to get engaged publicly and put all of that out. We found out that this man's money is probably not really real. Okay? So when Porsha decided to quit Dish Nation, when Porsha decided to quit Real Housewives of Atlanta, it was like, well, I'm glad she still got her weave and her sheet line. Because I don't think she's really being real with herself. And now fast forward to 2024, she's rejoining Real Housewives of Atlanta and signing a deal to do scripted content, of which we've never seen her do scripted content with the exception of Candy's plays. I don't know what cameos where she's acted. I haven't seen it, girl. Maybe it's a Tubi movie. I don't know. But we haven't seen any real acting or scripted work from Porsha. So her signing a whole ass deal to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta and do so, it's sketch to me. But it does seem like something to do when you need to make you some fucking money. Yeah. Word on the curb for the past few years since they got engaged has been that he didn't want her to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta because being on a weekly show with that much, that many eyes on you, with that many people on Twitter all the time, people were going to dig into this man's past and whatever did not look right was going to come up and come out. Okay? That's what he was scared of. And it seems as if that's exactly what happened. But probably Porsha came back to Real Housewives of Atlanta because the money was running out. That's what I assume. I could be wrong. I don't really care. But ultimately, what I am saying is Porsha and Simon have been faking the funk for the longest. And you can't fake the funk for that long, baby. It's going to all come out at some point. You can't scam forever. You can't lie about your life forever. And now we don't know if he's even going to be allowed to live here in the country in order for his wife to be on a reality show in Atlanta. And we don't even know if that's really his wife because we don't know if Simon Guobadia is his real fucking name, considering the fact they said that he was guilty of fraud. Fraud. They said it was fraud. Fake names and everything. Let me find the original post, girl. They look like they just AI'd a wig on this man. The case arises out petitioner's application for United States citizenship and naturalization. He overstayed his visa, his visitor visa. However, in 1985, INS denied his application for adjustment of status. All the way in the damn 80s before we was born, y'all. Before I was born. He was declared deportable and voluntarily departed from the United States on December 28, 1985. He then re-entered the United States in June 1986. Petitioner again overstayed his 6-month visitor visa. In September 1987, petitioner was arrested for bank and credit card fraud and pleaded guilty to a felony offense. He was arrested in January 89 for unauthorized use of a vehicle and again in May 1990 for fraud. Thereafter, the agency began removal processes. Petitioner's adjustment of status application in 85 was based on his marriage, which the agency deemed a sham because of statements by his spouse that the two of them had not resided together and the marriage was never consummated. Petitioner committed another felony offense, credit fraud. In January 1991, in April 91, an immigration judge held a hearing and ordered petitioner to be deported. On March 4th, 1992, petitioner was deported and physically removed from the United States. Before his March 1992 removal, however, in October 24th, 1988, petitioner used a different identity to seek temporary residency status under the Special Agricultural Worker Program. He also did not include his criminal history and his SAW application. When his SAW application was approved with these misrepresentations and omissions, he was given a registration card as a temporary resident. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? That because he had already signed up to get a visa in another way, they still gave him one. This is because this was happening in the early 90s, child. This would have never happened, during a time where everything was computerized. As part of SAW immigration benefits, petitioner's temporary residency status was automatically converted to permanent resident status following the waiting period. So he really got over on that one. Petitioner received his permanent residency card on April 27, 1992, 26 days after he had been deported under his other undisclosed identity. So there was another identity before this one. This identity is the one that he's still continuing to use. On December 22nd, 2016, petitioner applied for naturalization under his second identity and was denied because his temporary residency status was unlawfully granted. On December 31st, 2020, petitioner filed another application for naturalization. Following an interview with petitioner, ISCIS again denied petitioner's naturalization application. ISCIS explained that he was ineligible because he had not been lawfully admitted for permanent residence. His temporary resident status achieved through the SAW program and benefits have been based on a different identity and disqualifying criminal inadmissibility that was willfully concealed. On October 24, 2022, petitioner requested a hearing on this decision, and USCIS reaffirmed the denial of his naturalization application on November 15, 2022. On March 13, 2023, petitioner filed the instant complaint in this court and asked the court to vacate the denial and remand with instructions to grant petitioner application. So he's still waiting on this, But apparently, we don't know if that's really him or not because he got residency based on a fake identity, y'all. So Simon Guobadia is probably not his real name, which means his marriage in this country should be invalid. Y'all, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm wondering if this is really going to be showcased on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the reason why I say that is because Porsha is the type of person to bring this man on the show and not want to talk about any of this. I don't know if y'all watched when she was on Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip, but she did not want to discuss Simon. She didn't want to have a conversation about anything. She was a mean girl. She was annoying as fuck. She wasn't her normally bubbly, funny self. And that's because we know that's all been a joke, okay? All been a joke. But either way, girl, that's the info on Simon. We don't know if that's his real name. Marriage probably not even legal. If anything he put on his marriage application is a lie, it's invalid. And the only reason he had that visa is because he used a fake identity and did not tell them about his previous criminal past. Yeah, it's giving deportation. It's giving Real Housewives of Africa. Because I don't know which country he gonna get deported to. Okay. Nigeria, right? He Nigerian. Child is gonna be Real Housewives of Nigeria. Or what you gonna do, Porsha? You gonna let him go back to Nigeria or Costa Rica or wherever the hell he live at? And you gonna come back here? Or you gonna be catching boat rides back and forth between here and Mexico? What you gonna do, girl? I can't wait to see. Right, in my Jamie voice. Good luck, girl. Good luck. You know, everybody think that you gonna, be saved by some nigga out here. And we keep telling y'all, please stop being delusional, ma'am. Save yourself. The only one who can save you is yourself. Stop being stupid. Okay. Now let's get into Tammy Rivera, everybody. Hold up. Let's reload this page. What the fuck? So Tammy Rivera's daughter, little Charlie, posted a video of herself with a little ring, and it looked like engagement. Okay. It seemed as if Charlie was announcing that she's pregnant and engaged. I was like, oh no, I don't think so. And then Tammy came out and told us that's not the truth. Let's listen to what she said.
Charlie is not pregnant. Like, I don't know what the world's come to. When it gets to a point where you're is really on children, I mean, well, she's 18 now, but on teenagers live, listening to them talk smack to each other and pop it, and that's become a headline. It's crazy. I'm not pissed. I'm just annoyed. And it's like, I can't really, if people knew Charlie cares so, she gives, I'm talking about 0 F's. Like,
oh, we know, girl. We've seen her on the show. She don't care because you have made her one of those kids that like emotionally shuts down. They don't care.
She's never been an industry kid. Like, she never cared about like social media. She barely is on social media. So when she talk or she's with her friends or she's doing something, she really don't be caring about like how people feel or nothing. She's not the kid that cares about designer stuff and being all like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Charlie will put on some Uggs or some dirty sneakers, a baseball cap with her and just go by. But she do not care about that type of stuff. So people be too invested into, and I'd be telling Charlie, just watch what you say because people gonna run a mile with it. So she's out right now with her friends, and I gotta get up here and tell people that she's not pregnant because she said she don't care. That don't care.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't know who in the background in the shower, but I'm gonna just say I'm glad that she's not pregnant, and that's just because I don't want any 18-year-old to be pregnant. You're still a child. Like, you don't need to have a child right now. She need to do exactly what she's doing. Out with her friends, having fun.
She's out with her friends, having a good old time. Charlie is not engaged or not pregnant. Please don't ask me that crazy no more.
She's
not got a promise ring from her boyfriend.
She got a promise ring from Pandora. That's so cute. Oh my God, that's so cute.
Pandora for Valentine's Day.
That's cute.
Do not care about.
Okay, little cute Charlie.
Oh! Tell him you married.
Right. Wait, who got you that? My man. Called, what do you mean? What's his name? Mind your biz.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say, little Charlie, with your little cute stuff. This is what I'm gonna tell you, girl. Be safe, okay? Be safe out here claiming these niggas on the internet, okay? Because understand, niggas know who you are. They know that you Joaquin daughter. They know you Tammy Rivera daughter. They know any situation between the two of y'all can get them clout on the internet. So do us a favor and keep whoever you fucking with private for as long as you can, little girl. Listen to us. Because as soon as these niggas see that you gonna put them on Front Street, my man, them all on the internet, as soon as they see that you do that type of stuff, they gonna come out the woodwork trying to play on your top, trying to use you as a flex on the internet. So, I'm not even gonna play all of this because I don't really care. Because, like she said, little Charlie ain't really engaged. She not pregnant. But, just be safe when it comes to putting these niggas on your social media. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't think the little girl should put these niggas on their social media. I don't. Tammy said further things here. Hold up.
You mean the Black community? It's like, because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, if a little white girl had hair down to her butt.
Somebody commented on her hair and said that she looked too grown. Y'all always trying to make adults out of Black kids, and that's why it annoys me to no end. Anything a Black person, like a Black woman does, a Black girl does, y'all over sexualize it, and then whenever the young women want to own that for themselves because y'all bombard them with that shit, then y'all call them whores. It's annoying, and I want y'all to leave the little girls alone. Free the girls and leave them alone. Leave them alone.
But no one's like, oh, she's grown. She has long hair down to her butt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, even in the schools, I remember, like, the little Caucasian girls, they can wear their little shorts with their oversized t-shirts and their Ugg boots, their little tight shorts. A little Black girl do it. It's like, oh my God, like her shorts are too short.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know her
crop top is over sexualizing our bodies in a way that they don't do to white girls, allowing little white girls to just have messy hair and Ugg boots on and booty shorts and t-shirts. You let them be kids. You let them be whoever the fuck they want to be. But when it comes to the Black kids, y'all want to police them. Y'all want to tell them how they should be looking, what they should be doing. It's obnoxious. And I know it may seem a little hypocritical of me because I'm saying I don't want her to be pregnant or engaged at 18, but I really don't give a fuck what she does with her life because I don't know the little girl. But when it comes to all the little girls, I just want all the little girls not to get caught up in no bullshit before they even get a chance to understand who they are, because we've all seen how that goes and they always regret it. They always feel like, damn, I wish I wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Are those shorts slightly above your fingertips? Suspension. Yeah, always looking for a reason to kick a Black kid out of school.
Yeah, like it's always like, and that's a reason. Like a lot of time in our community, in our world, I feel like a lot of things happen to girls and they don't say nothing because they're afraid that they're gonna be like, oh, you wanted it, or because you were too grown, or she right. And I don't look at kids. I used to tell my daughter's friends that all the time, where they would come to my house and they might have on something, and I might joke with them and make a little fun, but I always tell them, like, listen, I don't judge you about what you have on. I don't think that what you wear makes you grown. When I was younger, I would wear all crop tops, low rise jeans, and I remember like a lot of my friends' moms like, oh, she too grown. Yes. I was a whole virgin. Everything has got.
They did the same thing to me. And it wasn't because of what I was wearing. It's because I was smart, because I was intellectual, because I read books, because I didn't let people just talk to me any type of way, because I always spoke with the same type of passion, energy, and discernment that I have now. So people, oh, she too grown. They assume that I must have been fucking because of where my mind was. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's called books, movies, being exposed to different things.
Gotten so sensitive.
Fuck being here before.
Now everything is so a big deal. Like everything that you say, no one's entitled to an opinion anymore without even people going crazy. Right. Looking at the comments when they posted about Charlie being pregnant and married. I knew she was. Yeah, I'd be telling her, I'm like, but someone said something, negative comment, and I responded to, because I had to catch I've been doing really good, but when it comes to my baby, everybody knows it's my family. I'm a turn up.
And that's another thing. And that goes for people that follow me too. I can't stand when y'all act as if whenever somebody like challenges your comment If I challenge your comment, if I ask a question about what you said, if it seems like we're going to have some discourse, everybody gets all overly emotional. You are posting a comment on my page. Why the fuck can't I have discourse with you? It's not that serious. It's really not. I had somebody telling me to calm down, and that shit really irked me because I was like, I can't ask this person a question without you, other person telling me, oh, chill out, B. I don't need to chill. I don't need to chill. I can comment back. I can have discourse with people. I can go back and forth as much as I want to. And if you disrespect me, I could read you the fuck down in my comments like I did that lady that tried to play me talking about, oh, the blogs y'all only want to talk about was negative with black people. Ma'am, get your ignorant ass the fuck off my page. The fact that you don't even understand the fact that news is catered to the people that care about that news. Why the fuck will we always be talking about white people when this is the black side of Instagram, bitch? This is the black side of Twitter. This is the black side of YouTube. Why will we be talking about white people we don't care about? Just like the white people don't talk about us unless it's somebody they care about. They don't talk about Scrappy and Erica and the Bam. No disrespect to them, but y'all know what I'm saying. Love and hip hop is more considered a black people thing. They're not talking about Tammy Rivera on TMZ right now. It's really, really annoying to me. It's really, really annoying to me that y'all act like whenever we talk about anything dealing with these celebrities, if it's negative, y'all act like we're on the internet downing these people. You need to wake the fuck up. You don't know these people. They're not your people just because they're black. So stop thinking that because we're talking about your favorite celebrity, your favorite black celebrity, we're downing them. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. Literally on blogs looking for tea about people and then get mad at the opinion. Weird. I had to read somebody down yesterday, girl. I had to read somebody down yesterday. You the problem with the world. You just want to excuse anything and everything somebody do just because they black. Always want to feel like somebody out here hurting somebody just because they said what's going on. All I did was tell y'all what was going on with Simon and Porsha. I ain't even say nothing bad about Porsha, bitch, in the comments losing her goddamn mind. Get off my page. Then somebody else, mad I said something about Chris Brown, trying to send people to my page to come talk shit to me like I ain't the one. I am the 1, the 2, and the 3 for that type of shit. Please come talk shit on my shit so I can curse you out and block you. Come on. Ugh. What about when white people do it? Oh, irritates me so. They don't even realize. So you're making it okay because usually when black people commit crimes, they commit crimes against other black people. So it's okay for the harming of black people to take place as long as it's another black person doing it, right? That's why I say grow up, because that's such an old ass mindset for you to continue to say shit like, well, when white people do, ma'am, I can't do nothing about a white person. I don't know what you want me to do about that. I am black. I can't do nothing about a white person. I'm not on a judge or a jury for any of these motherfuckers, but I can give my opinion. And we do talk about white people, i.e. Bethany Frankel. But again, that's not my demographic. That's not who I'm talking to. Just like TMZ's demographic is sometimes black, but mostly about white people we don't care about. Irritates the fuck out of me because why would we think because they don't get held accountable, the people in proximity to us shouldn't? It's so weird. It's so weird. Yeah, keep being able to hurt the people around you like you really care about black people, right? Little white girls don't have curves like us. They buy theirs. These pedophiles don't care. I used to get that. I'm being fast. So until I had kids and I realized one day cover my child on up. And then I realized one day cover my child on up. Oh, okay. I don't know what you mean. But I will say that it doesn't matter whether you have curves or not. People want to fuck the kids. And I think it's weird to impress upon girls to handle themselves in a way that is cognizant of some grown-ass man. No, the grown-ass man needs to be cognizant to not touch or talk to these children inappropriately. These children don't need to not be children and not be themselves out of fear of what creepy-ass pedophiles are going to do. The pedophiles need to be scared of being thrown in jail and castrated. That's how this needs to work, not the other way around. White people got Reddit and True Social. They drag each other to the pits of hell. That's what I'm saying. Like, they do it to their people. We do it to ours. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. And us merely stating our opinion on something. Y'all notice I don't at people. I purposefully do not at people with bullshit because my opinion is my problem, not theirs. I don't go to people's pages and talk shit to them about whatever my opinion is about what they do. I don't follow Chris Brown. That's all. If I really don't fuck with you, I don't follow you. But this is my job. So if you in the news, I'm gonna talk about your funky ass. And somebody tried to come for me because of the Chris Brown too. Deleted that comment. I'm not going back and forth. Child, I ain't deleting the motherfucking thing. I'ma just stop talking to your ass because I said what the fuck I said, and Chris Brown still ain't gonna fuck you. So now what? You still ain't gonna get none of Breezy's dick. Now what? Online defending a man that wouldn't spit on your ass if you was on fire. Grow up. Thirsty ass bitches. Anyway, y'all, I'm sorry. I had to go off. It was a members only. I love you guys. Okay. It was a good show. It was a good show. I'm going to go, you guys, because I have shit to do. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do Married to Medicine. Maybe we'll talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Girl, I do not know. Okay. And we definitely going to do a public BondyBlue show for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to tell y'all that I'm definitely about to get back on now that we're grown because Prince has made me want to do Purple Rain. So Purple Rain is really going to be the next one. Y'all pray I don't change my mind. Okay. But hopefully I can get that out to y'all by the end of the week. Okay. I love y'all so very, very much. I appreciate y'all. All my playback people, I appreciate y'all as well. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.